Hi everybody. So sorry that I have not done vlog in a while. Things have just been really busy for me. And I just have not had time to. And also I feel like I will definitely be vlogging a lot more when I'm on semester at C. Just because that's the whole reason why, because I just feel like I'm gonna want to vlog more and everything when I am on that trip, if you know what I mean. As interesting as my life here at Elon is, I spend a lot of time studying and kind of just being on my own, so I don't really want to vlog all of that, but I may just vlog a few more times before I actually go on semester C. So it is now halfway into the semester, which I already can't believe. I feel like every single year it goes by so much faster. I remember last year, spring semester went by so fast, but then fall semester last year, which was my first semester at Elon, I feel like it just went by so slow. So definitely this semester has been going by so fast. And I kind of just wanted to give a little mid-semester update on how life is going. I'm going to start off with saying that I'm going to straight up tell you that it's not been easy. It has been challenging, especially I think the past few weeks in terms of just, mid-semester definitely was stressful. My grades aren't super bad or anything. I'm not failing any classes or anything. It's just I wish that they were a little bit higher. And mid-semester grades, they have the opportunity to change. Hopefully they can increase, or they could decrease, and I'm hoping that they don't decrease. But I think a lot of it is that it's just there in some classes there aren't a lot of opportunities for grades, and so I haven't had a lot of grading opportunities. So I'm obviously as the semester progresses, I'm gonna have more opportunities to be graded on certain stuff. So yeah, it's kind of that. And I think a lot of it is that I enjoy the classes a lot, especially since I'm taking classes for my major. But for those who think that psychology is an easy major and just kind of a major that people choose when they can't think of something else, it's not. It's a hard major. And I'm sure this is the way that it's at other schools. I don't know what it's but I'm just saying how it's here at Elon. But for the psych major, you're basically going into all these different fields of psychology. And so right now I'm taking lifespan development, which is kind of developmental psychology, behavioral neuroscience, which is its own field, and educational psychology, which is also its own field. So with psychology, you're going to focus on one field, especially if you want to go to grad school, you're probably not going to get a master's in psychology. You're probably going to get a master's in something specific. And so I think that's one of the great things about psychology is that you're going to go into, is that you can choose a specific field that you want to go into. So I kind of want to go into educational psychology or school counseling. They're similar stuff. But so what I'm trying to say here is that I've kind of complained a lot about behavioral neuroscience, I believe, in my last video or something, or definitely at the beginning of the semester I was struggling in it, and it definitely is a really hard subject. I admire people who decide to go into that field. I admire people who understand it. Please teach me. And so it's a hard concept in general. And just kind of here for privacy reasons. The professor's teaching style is a little bit different than my learning style, so that's kind of what has made things a little bit challenging. And I understand that I'm going to encounter professors who teach differently than the way that I learn. But the thing is that like I do make a point when I don't understand something. Um, I think it's just like frustrating because when I do feel like I understand stuff, I don't feel like it comes across on a piece of paper, and that's kind of like the biggest struggle. So, kind of in that class. And let's see. What else? Educational psychology, things are going great. Like I love that class, honestly. It's like yeah, it's really good, even though it's an 8 a.m. class. Like I just enjoy that subject matter, and I'm glad that I'm in that class because it just gives me that reminder of like that's the reason why I'm a psych major. And I mean, some of the stuff in educational psychology is not easy, but I just like enjoy it so much, and I'm so glad that like it gives me that reminder of like this is why you're a psych major, because you're going to go into the education field and you're going to be able to help understand students, and that's great. And then lifespan development, I like it. It's a lot of information. Like it is a broad subject matter for those who are interested in pursuing it. And I think it's really fascinating, and there's some like overlap between educational psychology and developmental psychology. So that's been kind of like really good to just have things like explained a little bit more in depth. I kind of have a big test next week, so I've been like spending all weekend studying for it, which is fine. Um, and then what else? Oh, Science Without Borders is kind of like a general science class. I enjoy it. It's a little bit tough at times. I'm not really a science person, but I do like it. So I think that it has been frustrating for me. Like I don't want to come off as like, oh, I'm a straight A student. Like I've never been a straight A student. Like if like I would love advice about how to be one. Like, and I think it's kind of frustrating when, and I don't want to sound self-conceiting or anything, but I'm a really hardworking student. I have a lot of self motivation, and that definitely has been a gift for me in college, and definitely in high school for sure. Um, but like I have still had to learn like new ways of studying, and like especially with like a lot of like memorization stuff. Like I made so many flashcards for lifespan development this weekend, and I've just been studying those, which definitely is a lot. So they're kind of like all scattered around my room right now. Um, so it's like learning different like ways to study. And I mean, I think that's like one of the great things about like learning is that like you're constantly learning new ways to learn information. Um, so I don't know where I'm going with this, but I just want to say like even though like I've been a student for I don't know, a long time, like I've been learning my entire life, like I'm still learning new ways, new strategies on how to learn. And so I'm here to tell you, sorry, that it's not always going to be easy. I think that there are definitely just times when I've questioned God, being like, I'm struggling so much. Like in the Bible, it says like you're supposed to struggle, and that's something that kind of always sticks with me, and like that's hard to kind of understand and think like, why am I struggling? Like, you know, like why am I going through such a difficult time? Like, why can't God bring like happiness into my life? And I think about that, like at times, but it's important to remember that like God has an amazing plan for you, and you need to go through those struggles, to have something at the end be more than you think you can. Like, and I know I probably did not explain that correctly. I'm saying that like struggles lead to triumphs, and God has an amazing plan for you. He has something that you can't even imagine, that's going to be amazing. And I think that's important to remember. Like when I got deferred to regular admission from Elon. I remember being so devastated and thinking, like, God, like, I've just been so stressed about college, about getting into college, about being a senior, like, why can I have had, like, this happiness for a while? And it's because God had an amazing plan for me. Like, He wanted me to see, like, I would get accepted into 6 amazing schools. I would get great scholarships. And I would, like, become better physically and mentally. Like, that was one of the greatest things to ever happen to me, and it happened at the right time. Like, I think, like, if it, like, it was purposely God's timing for me to be accepted 4 months after that happened. And so I think right now it's difficult. For me, I don't know, like, God's plan. I don't, like, you want to know, but, like, it's all about His timing. Sorry. I know that in less than 3 months, like almost 2 months, which is crazy to believe, I'm gonna be getting on the ship and going on this amazing journey that, like, God has planned for me. Like, I probably explained this, so I haven't not, but, like, I always knew that I wanted to go abroad, but I didn't know that I never thought I would go, like, spring of my sophomore year. Like, that was something I never thought about. And God spoke to me in saying, you're going on the spring 2017 semester at Sea Voyage. And there are times where I'm like, am I ready to go on this, like, crazy 4-month whirlwind life-changing experience? But I'm looking forward to seeing why God led me on that trip. And I think, my grades don't define me as a student. What's going to matter is my hard work and determination. So I think, like, if I don't make it on Dean's List this semester, it doesn't mean that I didn't work hard or I didn't understand material. And, like, Dean's List, like, it's great. It's a great thing to say, like, oh, I got on, like, Dean's List and everything. That's cool, but at the end of the day, you should be striving for growth, not for awards. I think back on my junior year of high school when I didn't get an honor roll award at the end of the year, and it kind of was, like, a little bit disappointing because I got one the year before. It didn't mean that, like, I didn't work hard or anything. In fact, like, I think I improved so much that year in terms of my academics. So, like, if I don't make Dean's List this year, it'll be okay. It's part of God's plan. I'm still a psychology major. I'm still an education minor. This is what God has in store for me. And it's not always going to be easy. Like, it's not. But I just want to say, like, that, I've had to lean on my faith so much. It's been hard at times. And I just had to remember that no grade is going to define me. What's going to matter at the end of the day is my hard work and determination. And my worth is found in God and not in a grade. I hope that people can remember that. And I think that's what I have to say. So I'm definitely I'm going to continue to not just work harder this semester, but to work smarter. And that means learning new strategies. Learning new strategies. Learning just how to remain calm when taking tests, because test anxiety is such a real thing. And just knowing that I'm going to be proud of myself at the end of the day, and that God is always with me, and I hope that other people also see that.